everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today, part 6 of the shallow subwoofer test. And I haven't even taken this thing out of the box yet. So I'm gonna say this was sort of inspired by the fact that the Rockford Fosgate sub that we included previously in the test really was not a good contender. While there is other ones that were cheaper, I really just don't think it was that awesome of a piece. And so what we have here is the T1S2-12. Okay. So this sub is featured in this video is part 6 of a 6-part series, and it's going to culminate with a finale, and we're basically going to tell you of those 6 subs we tested what was the best in several different categories. So make sure that you like and you subscribe. There's going to be a link to this playlist in here, and the finale should be about a week out after this video is posted. Okay. Actually, I think this is an S2. Yes, T1S2-12. So I think it's a dual 2-ohm voice coil. And this thing's a monster. Comes with some screws. I'm really kind of excited about this sub. I think this sub is a bit of an evolution from the JL, meaning it's probably a very similar design. Obviously the JL came out before this one, but I think this is kind of an extension of that. It looks like it's got actual real carbon fiber on the cone. It's probably just some sort of applique. It's not a real, because it's got a poly cone or something underneath it. So we're looking at this thing, and it looks like it's got a fairly good sized voice coil on this thing. And I don't know all the specifics, but we'll look these things up. But in the meantime, let's this thing looks really quite shallow. Yeah, it's actually the under mounting depth is only like 3 inches. Now it does protrude up about the same as a lot of the other ones did. I do like, if you look at it, it's got this surround piece on it. I believe it's removable, and then the mounting holes are underneath it. I know they make grills that go on this. In fact, the grill that I have for the other Fosgate, I don't know, maybe it works on this or not, but I mean, this is really a good looking sub. I mean, it's got a cast basket and whatnot. So let's check out the specs on this thing. T1S2-12. Okay, so it's got dual. Actually, I think it might be a single. I believe this is a single voice coil. It is. This is a single 2-ohm voice coil. Okay, so that's what we got. Okay, frequency response, 28 to 250 hertz. Okay, voice coil, it's got a 3-inch voice coil on it, which you can see in there. It's good size. So the FS is really good at 37. The VAS is actually quite low. So I'm thinking this thing's going to do well in a small enclosure. And one of the cool things about this thing, which is kind of a lot like the JL, is it's got 15 inches of X-Max, 15 millimeters, excuse me, of X-Max. And for a shallow sub, that's pretty good. Okay. I mean, you got to give up some depth somewhere, right? Our sensitivity is 85 dBs, which is pretty good. And where I think this thing shines over the JL and is kind of equivalent to the Kicker is it's got an RMS power rating of 600 watts. So, you know what? This thing's got the specs that are quite good. I'm quite impressed with those specs. And so what we're going to do, we're going to get this thing in a box, get it in the truck. We're going to do a sound demo. We're going to do an SPL test. And I'm going to give you my opinion on these things. And then I want you guys to know there's going to be a link. There is a link in the description to the playlist for the other 5 subs in this shootout. And then in about a week from when this video posts, we will have the results. And again, we're gonna rate these things on cost, obviously, build quality, sound quality, output, and mounting, because this mounting depth here is very important, and also how much you have on top sticking out is in some cases really important, and maybe the deciding factor. Like I'm limited on depth on the box, and I'm also limited on how much space I have in front of the box, because I have my subs mounted behind the seat in my truck. So these are things that you need to take into consideration. We're going to take those all into factor. So let's get this thing in a box, get it in the truck. All right, so I had to sneak away from work to get this video shot. So I've got the Rockford T1 in the box, and if you look, I made an adapter to put it in the box, and basically go from a square hole to a round hole. And I just gotta say, I've been listening to this thing for a couple of days. This thing's impressive, right? This thing's not cheap. It's impressive, okay? So unfortunately, we'll try to get you some bites of some different music and some stuff in here, but let's give this thing a go. I'll show you what this thing's all about. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. So you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud. Never running now, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, probably word of mouth. Can't put it down, I'll be getting loud. You can never doubt, not what I'm about. Have you feeling loud? Somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows something about it. I don't lie, but that ain't my style. And what he gonna do to? I am pressing his homies. I don't know if this thing's gonna show up, but if you can see it, for some reason the refresh rate on the screen is with the phone, and it goes kind of crazy. So on what you just saw in the music, this thing hit 126.1 dBs at 33 hertz. So we're gonna run some frequency sweeps and see where this thing maxes out, and see what we can do on this thing. This thing is just impressive, I'm telling you. Kind of got the same thing, but we got 126.26 at 42 hertz. So I'm gonna tell you that this thing's impressive, and I'm gonna try a test here. I have a block of wood there because this adapter actually pushes the woofer out and the excursion will hit the seat. So I have a block of wood in there. I'm thinking that this thing actually, when you're listening to music, it hits harder with the seat up against it. And the seat is somewhat of a solid entity, so I'm not sure how that all comes into play. But I've noticed that with some of the other woofers. So we're gonna put the seat up. We're gonna put the seat up and see if we can get a different reading. So we'll reset this thing. And we did. We got 126.93 at 42 hertz, I should say. So putting the seat up got a little bit more output. I'm gonna see if I can get a picture of this before. So this is weird. When it's in this orientation, you can't read it, but if I put it straight down, you can read it. So it must have something to do with the light on the windshield, because when I come down to where it's darker, it doesn't do it. So that's interesting. Good to know. All right, so I just got this thing out of the box after just that pounding it just took. I literally just finished filming that, and after driving around with this thing for a couple of days, you know, I got to the feeling that, you know, this thing's pretty good and whatnot. And then I put the seat up, and I think in conjunction with it breaking in and all that good stuff. And when I put the seat up against it, and if any of you guys know what's going on, why that is with the seat up against the cone, you know, there's probably, you know, not much space between the surround, obviously, for it's not hitting the seat. Why the output is higher. I mean, you can feel it. Like that setup I've got in my truck with the kickers in there, or these, I mean, you can feel it. Okay, so when I was running these, I was A-B'ing these between the kicker and this one, because I still have the kicker in the other side. The box is divided. Okay, the L7T in there. Okay, and you know, I just really felt like, man, that kicker's hitting harder. Okay, and I didn't put the seat up because this thing had a spacer to adapt it for that square hole box, which pushed the woofer out. So I wasn't able to put the seat up, so then I just put something between the seat and the box so the seat wouldn't hit the woofer, right? And all of a sudden, man, the output just went up, and you could just feel that pounding bass, just like the kicker did, okay? So you're gonna have to watch the finale, though, to kind of see how they all play out for that and all that. But the output on this thing, outstanding. I mean, this thing is head and shoulders above the rest of the stuff. And give it the smell test. You know, this thing was running the amp, you know, pretty much all out. So this thing was getting its 600 RMS watts from a 600 RMS amplifier to do its thing. And, you know, maybe the JL came out first. Maybe this copied the JL. But if they did copy the JL, maybe they did a better job. That's all I'm saying. So this is an impressive woofer. I want you guys to all watch the rest of the videos in the series. There's a link in the description to the playlist with all of them. And then once this video has been out, about a week later, I will have the finale with all the results and my recommendations based on, you know, output, sound quality, cost, fitment, build quality, all those categories. I'm going to rank all those things, all 6 of the subs that I tested. So that's pretty cool. I'm impressed with this thing. Great sub. So we might see more of this coming up here soon. So anyways, don't forget to subscribe, like, all that good stuff, because it really helps out. I don't think you guys know how much I'm into this test. Like, I bought a lot of these subs. I bought this sub. Okay, I bought this sub because there's a chance that maybe I replace the kickers with this sub. So anyways, I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. That's what shows me that you guys care. If you can, go and pick up one of our channel stickers, show off your support, put this on the back window of your rig, your toolbox, whatever, where you hang out. So anyways, thanks for watching. We'll have that shootout results here soon. Catch you later.